Hey guys, Sunday, April the 21st of 2024. I want to do a market recap, but I'm going to start out with Bitcoin because there's a lot of interesting things happening with Bitcoin. One, I put out videos of Bitcoin cycles, and there's one that I don't like, and it kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies of going long. But I want to show out some things that are kind of positive too. The halving or the halving, whatever you want to call it, has just happened, meaning that the supply or the Bitcoin pretty much it's diminishing. So people less and less will own Bitcoin until it's all like disappeared. So whoever owns it pretty much has the value and own Bitcoin. And it happens, I can't remember, every 4 years. There's like a 4-year cycle they talk about and all that. So I've been this weekend brushing up on Bitcoin, and there's a couple of things that I find interesting. I watch a lot of people. I have a very open mind. I have to like absorb all information, all points of views, and then dissect it and then make the best judgment or, analysis out of it, and and then follow through. And one, the cycles from spectrum cycle analysis. There's a lot of cycle theory out there, but from spectrum cycle analysis, it looks very toppy. And the halving has happened, and we're kind of like in a consolidation pattern sideways. So a couple of things could happen. It could skyrocket, go to the moon, as the Bitcoin family believes, and that could happen. Take out these highs and just push higher into new price discovery. Could go sideways, nothing really happened, and then it's going to do whatever it's going to do. Or it could just continue. It could just turn around and go sideways. So those are the three things. What's the spectrum cycle is indicating? That it's going to go down. What's positive about this, using Gann theory, is that Gann will look at the heavens and be like, okay, what's happening up in the heavens, to see anything correlation that could affect the markets down here. And one interesting event that is just happened, and it happened I think between yesterday and today, is that Jupiter has crossed over. I'm using simple language. It's kind of like a moving average. It just crossed over and passed over Uranus or Uranus. And according to Gann, these are like trigger points that affect. It could be worldwide. It could be the world. It could be it could be markets. It could be anything. And he would consider that as something positive. And then on top of that, adding it where this is happening in regards to astrology and the Taurus sign. So there's a lot of things happening here that could push Bitcoin into a new frenzy. So that I see that, and a lot of the people that follow the heavens and all that are talking about this event. And this not just applies to Bitcoin, it could apply also to the markets. But there could be surprises. It's not guaranteed. Like I always say, statistical calendar is not guaranteed. It's not the holy grail. This is not the holy grail, but there's something that a lot of people lean on, and Gann was one of them. And he looked at everything. Like I have an open mind. I look at everything and just see, correlations and do studies, statistics, and see patterns or whatever. And, and then lean with probability that maybe it could play out. So we know that the spectrum cycle analysis indicating that maybe there's a top here and it's turning down. But then you look at this and they say, man, maybe it could be bullish. Maybe it could be positive. So then it takes us all the way back to, all right, so now we got to look at price action. And that's what you want to keep your eye on. And so far, looks like buyers came down here and been defending the 6,000 level, especially. And this is the daily. So on the 19th, it looks like they really got excited, but so far it's struggling here. But it's too early to tell. We just don't know. But if you're into Bitcoin, just watch it. Once you start seeing volume and you start seeing what I call bull kickers, stuff like this start just showing up, and then you go all the way to this high and take it out, and you into price discovery, yeah, the spectrum cycle is going to get void, and it's on its own, baby. It's going to go to price discovery. In this market, there's a lot of people that are, enthusiastic about it and everything. So yeah, you never know. I might even jump on if I start seeing this kind of stuff in volume. I don't have a volume thing, but yeah, so far it's stalling here, but you got your midpoint here, 66,702, and then you got your high. So if this is all going to play out, the halving and everything, and the Jupiter crossing over Uranus, and ignore the cycle, yeah, I'm all for it. You can see I already have my list here, and I'm watching it, and it's just kind of oscillating. So I'm not going to spend too time on that. I just want to kind of give you Bitcoin guys, or whoever follows this market. There's pros and cons to it, and the good thing is it's not going down yet. If it is, it's just holding. This is the holding. This is the line in the sand. We'll have to do some geometry and all that kind of stuff and see where it is geometrically within the chart. But so far, it is holding. Let's go to, well, you know what? Let's go to uranium. That's what I wanted to do. Let's go check out uranium to futures. Let's go to our Kanashi. You can see so far we haven't taken out, make this a little smaller so everybody can see it. We haven't taken out this buy signal. I know on the weekly it's still bullish. On the daily, we haven't taken out the 91.40 level in order for a buy signal to kick in. But we've been going sideways from the low that we put at $83 and just kind of consolidating. In order for a retest, you need to at least trigger and go above and close above 91.31. And also close above the 93.30, which is your 50% midpoint. I mean, not midpoint. This is the 61.8. Once you close above that, the probabilities are very high that it's going to test 106-ish. You already know 106-ish if you've been following. It's very hard resistance. But once it breaks through there, then you enter the supply zone that starts between 110 and then 140. And then this is all bear camp right here. Once you close above 140, then you're in price discovery mode like Bitcoin. Then, to the moon, as they say. But so far that hasn't happened, but that's where we're at. I still own uranium royalty, UROY, to have some skin in the game. But so far, this is where uranium is at. Going to coal. We've got that low on February around 94. And so far, it's at 120. Just kind of consolidating here. So it's looking good. Let's go into our futures. And our futures, let's go into the weekly. I got out of my Russell position. I went short a couple of weeks ago, and so far it has been playing well. I got some money out of that little downside. NatGas sold off pretty good. S&P. The Dow Jones looks like it's balancing out now, so I would be surprised maybe there's a reversal on top of the uranium, Jupiter and Uranus crossover could maybe lift these markets and reverse it, but we'll see. It's too early to tell. We got to see the market in the open and see what holds this week in regards to news event. But Nikkei, they all kind of followed, so they're all in sync. The strongest one is probably the Dow Jones that kind of was bought up. The VIX is waking up, so that's good. I mean it's not good, but volatility is increasing, so you'll make more money when things get a little crazy. So it's waking up. I want to see if it can at least take out $20 or this high, 21, 22, to maybe push into 25. But so far it's at 17. It's out of the 14 and 15 range, $13 range. So that's good. Somebody's buying it thinking, things are going to get a little crazy. this month, and you already know with the news in Israel and Iran and all that, it is already getting crazy. Energy so far, let's open this up a little more, looking like it was a dud, bull kicker, and then, consolidated, undecided last week, and then, back in the range. Same thing with crude. RBOB looks like it still wants to go and maybe test $3, but too early to tell. But it's in projection to go up there. Just kind of pulled back with everybody else. Heating oil just stuck in a range. I want to see if that $2 holds or whatever, that $2.50. But so far, just kind of just going sideways. NatGas at the $1.76, the zero line of the square of 9. So not really much there. Hasn't taken out 152, but hasn't really taken out the $2. So it's kind of sideways until something happens that it's going to explode to the upside. But we'll see how this is all going to play out for this week. Ethanol just kind of going sideways, holding $1.60-ish. Bonds just kind of just going down. Softs, cocoa's looking good, still looking good. Looking at her daily, retrace, gap down, pulled back, and still pushing higher. So it's unstoppable. You're already 3 months into this move, or maybe more. So very, very overextended, but too late to get in now. After all this has happened. Cotton selling off. Let's go to a weekly chart. Yep, pushing back. Maybe this could be a nice area of support. Working consolidate. Orange juice just chop fest. Nothing going on with orange juice. Coffee is kind of looking like cocoa. Something's going on with the coffee sector. So maybe it's a market you want to keep an eye on, because look at that. This is like the beginning of what this looked like. So keep an eye on coffee, just in case. I mean, I like coffee, but I don't want it too expensive. Lumber fell off the bed right there. See it pulled back. Probably this is going to be a nice area. So if you're short, this is probably an area between 500 and 450. Lock in profit. And sugar, pushing lower. Let's go to our monthly with sugar. Yep, this could probably be an area of support right here. It's at 19. So anywhere between maybe 17 in this area, 17 and 19, a little consolidation and hold. But yeah, if you're short, you're doing good. Metals is looking good, pushing higher. Let's go into the weekly. Just grinding higher. Also with silver. You see it's kind of choppy up here, 24 and 28. Silver needs at least, what are the monthly? It kissed already, maybe already 30. It kissed that high. We need to close now above 30. Have a weekly close above 30, and maybe it could head to 50. Oh, and projection to 50. So far, gold is even helping to pick up copper. Copper could probably easily kiss $5, but we'll see. So far it's looking good. And palladium and platinum just kind of stuck in a rut. Not listening or looking to his brothers and sisters. Is just doing his thing. So no action there. As you can see, it's just been going sideways. The platinum one looked like it had a bull kicker, but then it retraced back. So there was no follow through. Meats, live cattle, failed new high, pushed back, now retracing. So this one, maybe we'll find out you want to put an alert at 170 and an alert at 190 and see if it breaks out and continues. And if it doesn't, it'll pull back, trigger your alert, and maybe this could be your target right here, this pivot low. So you have all this to down here. So that's how I would play feeder cattle. And you got a bull kicker right here. Same thing, just put alerts and go about your business. And when you get the alert, it could either go down here, the support, or find resistance up here. If it could continue there, then it's probably going to continue going higher. So yeah, it's at the top of the range, is risky, but this, if it's going to go down and this doesn't hold, it could continue going down to like around here. Same thing here. If it doesn't hold, this could probably be your area and you could get some gains here. And if it's going to continue going higher, it'll be price discovery. It'll be like cocoa. Not looking back. Lincoln, yeah. So grains are just kind of going sideways. Nothing here exciting. The only thing that I find exciting here is rough rice right here. You got this bull kicker on the monthly, and I was looking this up. Why rice is like moving? There's something going on with the rice. India, it's just a big mess. You got 2 weeks of bull kickers. Look at that. You took out all those days. And this could probably be like a cocoa event. So keep an eye on rice. I don't even know if I could trade this. I need to look at my broker and how much is it and all that. But keep an eye on rice. It's starting to wake up, and there's some big buyers coming in. So I'll look into the news and see what's going on with rough rice. But so far, this is the only thing exciting in regards grains. Anything else just kind of looks choppy. So this is probably the winner to look into, investigate rice. And meats, this is range. This is more alerts, and keep your eye on gold, silver, and copper. Those are the 3 main ones in the metal sector. Currencies, the dollar. Let's go to the monthly. Still hasn't given me a bull kicker. I'm looking for a bull kicker or a bear kicker, and I haven't gotten that on the dollar. So keep an eye on that one, this high right here. Maybe it's 106 or whatever. And probably put alerts and just check it out once it either kisses it or closes above it. Because if it closes above it, chances are it's going to go to 114 and test that high. It's been consolidating all this long to now maybe try to kiss that high. Meaning if that happens, maybe it could bring some pressure on gold. And I had a fractal cycle that says that maybe it could turn down to the end of the month of April, or maybe June and July. So that remains to be seen. But so far, gold is ignoring the dollar. It's just doing its thing. So let's see how that's going to play out. We keep an eye on the dollar. And pretty much whatever the dollar is doing, it's affecting everybody else. So that's pretty much how it's playing out. I think that's it. Dollar, grains, rough rice, check that out. Meats, set alerts. Metals, watch the dollar. If it takes out those highs, and you probably want to look at the daily for any bear kickers. You don't want to see that, but if you see that, maybe it could retrace. I think it's very top end heavy, but it could continue higher. I would not doubt it. The cycles, on top of that, the cycles are bullish on the daily and on the weekly, especially on gold. I haven't looked at silver, but I'm sure the way it is moving, it probably is also. So it could continue grinding higher on that. Softs, cocoa is the number one. I think look at the weekly. Yep, cocoa is the number one here player. And then energy, just kind of back in the rut, unless something happens in the Middle East. And then natural gas, we at least need to get to 183 and close up there to at least get to $2. And so far, it's at the 0 line. And the indices could be a reversal this week. So we'll see. I'm already off of that trade, so I'm on the sidelines. I just want to see how it's going to play out. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on Market Recap.